Good evening, everybody! These Angles. It is November the 11th in the year of our Lord 2021. I've been trying to get this pup up to show her off to you, but she's been a little lazy laying on the ground. Come on, girl. Come here. Come here. Come on. Can everybody see? Vanilla, there you go. Look, Vanilla. Say hi, pup. Vanilla wanted to chime in on Angie's Angles tonight. So thank you for joining. I want to see who's going to show up tonight. Let's hope our links work, our chats work, everything works. I'd like to give a little shout out to Mr. McGowan. Continued prayers your way, sir. Hope things are going well for you. I know you have classes on Thursday, and then I think you mentioned you have Thursday night football that's tickles your fancy a little bit. So I understand that completely. I'm not seeing anybody on my chat yet, so it's still a little early, but we'll see what happens. I know Nick Troiano said he was going to be dialing in, so let's see what happens tonight. So, Danny's Road to the Show. This portion of Angie's Angles brought to you by Olio Restaurant, Stafford, Connecticut. Steve Costanzo, chef owner. Go up to go see my buddy. Mention Angie's Angles, you get 10%. Yeah, you know what, Nick? Nick just joined, so yes, that's very nice. Newport, Rhode Island. Mansions Row, I'd imagine. I've been seeing pictures your dad's been posting. So it looks like they're having a phenomenal time. I hope they're enjoying themselves. And Nick, I hope you're behaving yourself while the parents are away. That's more important. Nick, we're going to get into this whole Met debacle in a minute. But let's finish up Danny's Road to the Show. So Danny played fall ball for the East End Aviators. Jason Galbraith is his manager, his coach. We believe in Jason tremendously. We're looking forward to Harold. Welcome, Harold. My boy Harold from Michigan up there in cold weather country. Good, Nick. I'm glad your parents are enjoying. I'm glad you're being a good kid. Keep that up. So thanks, Harold, for joining. So Danny finished up fall ball. They were in the quarterfinals. I believe they were in the quarterfinals, and they lost their game by 2 or 3 runs. 2 runs, I believe it was, or maybe even a run or so. You know, they need to gel a little bit better. Danny certainly needs to put the ball in play a little bit better. We went to the cage recently. He made some tweaks and some adjustments, and we'll see where that's going to bring us. But we're looking forward to a couple of months off. It's not really many. We start up back in January, right after New Year's Day. It's back to the grind of winter workouts. Hopefully, Danny's going to be volunteering his time at Coach McSherry runs a Longwood Winter Clinic for kids. He puts it on with his staff, and some of the kids volunteer, and Danny's registered to volunteer. So we'll see what's up with that. As far as Angelo goes, this kid, he went trick or treating with his friend Sean and had a wonderful time. So I'm told they went over by his friend's house. Angelo dressed up as I believe it was Scream, the ghost mask with that face, right? Everybody, wait, I'll give everybody a second to screenshot me. Okay. I tried to imitate the best I could. But anyway, yeah, Angie's doing good. He does his thing. He was actually working on putting a Lego thing together today. He likes those Lego models, so that keeps him busy and keeps his mind going. So good for him. So that's gonna sum up Danny's Road to the Show for this year. We're not gonna have any updates until we come back from break and the new year. We'll tell you how workouts are going and whatnot. So Nilla's over here fascinated with the woodworking. So I don't know what she's all going crazy about, but she's scratching at it. So Danny's Road to the Show this year has been brought to you by Olio Restaurant, Stafford, Connecticut. Steve, I promise you, I'm coming up. January is a slow month at work, and maybe I'll even surprise Barb, and we'll come up there Thursday. We'll stay Thursday night. I think there's an Irish bar up there that I could take Barb to after my broadcast. We'll have a fine dinner at Olio. Also, Buco better be on the menu, Steve-O. That's all I got to say to you. So thanks, Steve, for hosting, for sponsoring this portion of the show. And we look forward to hooking up with you and doing the broadcast from Olio Restaurant in Stamford, Connecticut. So that brings us to the current state of the Mets. And I don't know what to say about that. And give me 1 second to take care of Nilla because she's going really crazy with this door thing. Nilla, come on. Out you go. Go, girl. Go. Bye-bye. Go. Go. All right. So Nilla went bye-bye because she was trying to attack this the door mechanism here. So the state of the Mets affairs. So now there's rumors coming out that we might be hiring an assistant GM for the Washington Nationals who gave up baseball to go into, I don't know, corporate law or tax law or real estate law. I mean, who wouldn't listen? If you're worth half a dollar, who wouldn't want the job as baseball president of baseball operations or GM of the New York Mets? I mean, you almost got to be insane not to take the job. It's prestigious. You know, your owner's got a ton of money in his pockets. You're flying fancy. You're staying fancy. I mean, seriously, come on now. I mean, honest. I wish I had a connection. Just throw my name in the hat. I really don't want the GM job. I want the manager's job. That's where I excel. I have an eye for baseball. I have a gut for baseball. Half the time, or if not more than half the time, I think you really have to understand how you have to be in the game. You have to have that feel. You gotta know that this guy, you know, he's gonna throw you a breaking ball. And you got to know that, right? Analytics ain't going to tell you. Analytics going to tell you in this situation, he throws a 90-mile-per-hour fastball inside corner. That's what analytics tell you. But you go, no, no, no. You see in his body, you see the catcher setting up. Maybe you catch the side. He's going to throw you. He's going to throw you off speed pitch. Then you steal. Ideal time to steal. Harold, I love you, buddy. I from your lips to God's ears. Harold's telling me if I'm the manager, he's going to finally. You won't have to buy a Met cap, Harold. I'll send you one autograph. Compliments of Angie's Angles, baby. We'll do Angie's Angles from the manager's office at Citi Field. Maybe I'll set up at home plate. God's sake, I tell you. Steve Cohen doesn't know what he's missing. He has no idea. It's right here in front of him. Steve Cohen, I'm telling you, I'm your guy. I can motivate with the best of them. I understand the game of baseball like no other. You're making me laugh, Harold. You're making me laugh. And Harold, you know, I'm remiss at times. Not I would like to say good evening to your lovely bride. I hope she's sitting next to you watching this lunatic go crazy on the YouTube studio. But I wish you all the well. I hope she's feeling better from her illness. I hope everything's going good with you guys up there. And Harold, you're a good guy, and we're gonna hook up one day for sure. Uh, yeah, you know, Nick, Scott Boras is. I don't know, Nick. I don't know if Scott Boras is talking to the Mets. I don't know if he's talking to the Mets. I mean, there's talking and there's talking, right? I think Scott Boras is barking and laying down his demands for Chris Bryant. Sure, would I like Chris Bryant? Absolutely. I think we need a solid third baseman, but Brett Batty sounds like he's ready. And I got to tell you, I'm down with giving Batty a shot. Yeah, I think he had 24, 25, 26 strikeouts in the Arizona Fall League. Okay. But isn't that what now it's all about? Like, who cares about the strikeouts as long as you hit me the dingers and the doubles, the on base percentage, and your WAR, and the this and the that. Oh, dear Jesus. I think baseball might be passing me by with all this analytical crap. We need Buck Showalter, and sadly, unfortunately, Buck's not even in the conversation. And I'd be very surprised to see if Buck makes it in or not. And hold on 1 second. You come over here now. Come over here. Sit. All right, sit. No, don't fall down. Look. This is for you, Harold, my Nilla girl. Hi, look, Nilla. Say hi. Hi. So hello. How about you want to give me some on-screen kisses? Give me a kiss. Oh, there you go. Nilla, give me some kisses. Good girl, sweetheart. Good girl. You gotta lay down. Don't play with that door jam now. I'm gonna knock you into next week if you do. All right, a little Nilla time right there. Hey, Nilla. Yeah, Harold Boris is a pain in the neck, but I tell you, if I was a player, I guess I'd want nobody else. And let's not kid nobody. You can listen to Boris all you want, right? You're the player, but ultimately it comes down to what the player wants. And Boris isn't dumb. He's gonna do the best for his client. And if his client Chris Bryant says, "I want to play for the New York Mets," that's it. Boris will do his this and that, and but at the end of the day, Chris Bryant's gonna be a Met. There's no doubt in my mind that Boris places his players where they want to be. Now, you're not gonna place a player in Pittsburgh because they're forking over you the most money. Not a guy like Chris Bryant. Maybe if you're at the end of your career and Pirates need to put fannies in the seats and you're on the verge of this and the verge of that record, maybe I could see you going to Pittsburgh. But Chris Bryant's got a lot of baseball to play, and I don't think that's going to be happening. So with the 8:41 mark, we're 11 minutes and 30 seconds into our broadcast tonight, and I haven't really even tapped into the Mets. So now this Stearns guy, David Stern, that's his name, Nick. David Stern from the Brewers. All of a sudden he goes, hey, over here, guys, I'm interested. However, you got to wait till the 2022 season's finished because I'm under contract. And the Mets are contemplating it. They're contemplating waiting for the. Why? Why? We got a 2022 season to play. You cannot. You cannot, Mr. Cohen. You cannot sit on your laurels and wait for this David Stearns guy to come off the contract because you know what? He's going to go after the end of it because Brewers are going to throw him a ton of money. And there's no pressure in Milwaukee. The price of milk is like $2.80. There's no New York City tax to pay. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's not get fooled by this guy, Stearns. He might be this, he might be that, but let's not get fooled by him. And we're going to get her up here. Thank you, my sweetie bugs. Look. Oh, thank you. Look, say hello to your fans. Say hi. Hello, everybody out there. Good, sweetheart. Go back this ways. Let go of my wire. It's gonna bite right through my wire. Good, go back over there. She's like Harold. She's like almost 50 pounds. She's 7 months old. She'll be 8 months old at the end of the month. And I think that'll be it for her growing. But her paws, guys. She's a big paw girl. And she's solid, solid, solid. And let me tell you, don't mess with Nilla. She'll put you down on your back in a second. That's a fact. We took her to the dog park to meet her siblings and her mom. And the brothers were roughhousing, really, really big with her. Yes, thank you, Hal. Her brothers were really going at it with Nilla put one of them on their back and went for his neck. My little sweet Nilla, I'm like, girl, man, we take it easy there. I'm gonna have to start calling you like Natasha or something. You might be a little double agent getting the daggers out. She did. She went right for his neck because he was roughing her up, and she said, "I'm having no part of that, zero part." So Nilla is very healthy. She's fantastic. I cannot tell you the amount of joy she brings to this house, let alone me. She's my snuggle bug. I could not want for any other dog than Nilla, and she is something else. A little stubborn, a little on the stubborn side. I'm not gonna say it, but I don't know. Just like her gender, I suppose. They're a pretty stubborn species. I don't want to get into any troubles with nobody out there. So we're at the 8:45 mark. We got 15 minutes left of Angie's angle. So we're on David Stearns, right, Nick? It's David, and we cannot sit idle and let Sandy be judge, jury, and executioner with this Met team. It's not going to work for me. Sandy's got to go. Sandy, his time has come. His time has gone. He's made his impact. There's no doubt that Sandy was a qualitative executive within Major League Baseball. He did wonders with the A's. I think he spent some time in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. Um, he's with the Mets. Sandy's all right. What I don't want is Sandy's son anywhere near the New York Mets, just like I didn't want Fred Wilpon's son anywhere near the New York Mets. We knew how that turned out. Oh my God, I think I've forgotten his name already. Thank God I've forgotten Jeff Wilpon. Oh, I remember Jeff Wilpon's name. Jeff Coupon. So, it's been a little disappointing that we haven't found ourselves. We hit the GM meetings without a president of operations, without a general manager, without a manager. I mean, it's like, I don't know, going to the dance all dolled up, and you got nobody, no guys show up. I don't know. It's like I don't understand why we have to be the bridesmaid and never the bride. It's frustrating. Maybe there's stuff I don't know about the Mets because maybe I'm a little blinded. I don't know the answer. What I do know is we have to compete and we have to get players. And rumor has it that Michael Conforto is not going to accept the qualifying offer. All signs are showing. Now, here's what I don't understand. All signs are pointing towards Philadelphia, reunion with Kevin Long, Conforto's hitting coach. But here's the deal. They got a right fielder named Bryce Harper, who just what was he, the best offensive player in the universe? Now, I'm going to have to take some comeuppance, I guess, because I flat out called Bryce Harper a fraud, a wannabe. He had a hell of a season. I got to give it to you. The times I seen him play, he played hard. I don't know, maybe something triggered him. But he definitely stepped up. He was positive for the Phillies this year. They still didn't go anywhere with him, so I can't say he carried the team, whatnot. But he certainly was an offensive force to be reckoned with. So, I'll still lay claim that by the time that contract's done with Philadelphia and Bryce Harper, that the Phillies going to say, "Well, woe is me." So we'll see how it turns out. I'm trying to stop Nilla from eating the carpet. Why are you acting up? Lie down now and lie down, be a good girl. Very good. That's a good job. Good girl. So Harold, here's Harold. Thanks. Listen. I mean, I don't think we were wrong, Harold. This is truly really what his second, maybe third season of All-Star capability. So he hasn't really done it on a consistent basis. And you know what? I don't know if I could do this. I'm gonna pull up Harper's lifetime stats, and I think he's still like a 280 hitter lifetime. Let's look it up. Let's take a minute. I'm pretty positive it's gonna pop up. He's a 280 hitter lifetime. Maybe he's got 250 homers. Here we go. I got it right here. All right. Ha! Ha! Call me a savant, will ya? His career batting average. Look at me. His career batting average is at 279. I call 280. 279 lifetime. So, let me just look it up here. So he's averaging, and again, I'm not taking anything away from the man, but his 162 game average is pretty solid. 34 homers, 95 RBI. Look, you're not breaking the 100 RBI mark. You're not worth $300 million. I'm sorry. And a 279 batting average. So I don't know, if that's worthy of superstardom. In my book, it's not from where I come from. You got to bat 300 or better. You got 30 home runs or better. And you got to have 100 RBIs or better. And then you're in the stratosphere all by yourself. Thank you, Harold. You know, You can't just, every third or fourth year put up a 309 BA, 35 homers, and 99 RBIs and call it a day. You got to do it day in, day in, day out, just like Hammer and Hank Aaron did it. Albert Pujols did it. Bryce Harper ain't the player Albert Pujols is. No way near the offensive machine that Albert Pujols is and was. Yet he's getting paid the big bucks. Sure, fantastic. Yeah, I give him his comeuppance. Very good. Good job, Bryce Harper. See what you do next year. Let's see if you progress or you go backwards or you regress. Not really sure. Anyway, that was my little Bryce Harper rant and rave. We're at day 51, Mark, and let's do the obscure baseball rule because I've kind of incorporated that in a little bit. The obscure baseball rule brought to you by Smoke Therapy, 215 Ronkonkoma Avenue, Ronkonkoma, Long Island. Go see Lonnie and Mike. Mention Angie's Angles and you get 10% off. That's a cigar lounge. That's where I go to relax. All my peeps are there, my like-minded friends. I'm going to end the show with something that's kind of comical for those that are into it. But Smoke Therapy, 215 Ronkonkoma Avenue. Mention Angie's Angles. So the obscure rule, that's a funny word. I'm having troubles pronouncing obscure rule because obscure rule. Say that 5 times fast and your R's are going to roll into it. Obscure rule. Blah. Obscure rule. So apparently rule 3.09 of the baseball code for rules says teams cannot fraternize during the game. Now that's a very unknown rule. That's a very unenforced rule. Nobody does that. You're all mic'd up now at first base, and Freddie Freeman's talking to Altuve during the World Series. How you doing there, Shorty? Yeah, Shorty. Yeah, let me see your chest, Shorty. Any wires sticking out of you, Shorty? That's what I heard when Freddie Freeman was talking to him. And did we cover that? I think congratulations to the Braves, right? We covered that last week, I believe, ad nauseum. So I'm going to end the show on this note. For those of you that are in the know, NASA came out a little while ago saying that we want to put man back on the moon by the end of 2024. For those of you that are near and dear to me and know who I am, you all know that I think our moon landing in 1969 was a big crock of garbage. It's me personally. I think it never happened. I believe in all the conspiracies. I believe it was on the set out in California and Baja, Mexico, maybe. Stanley Kubrick was behind the lens filming it all. Anyway, I digress. So NASA says we want to put man back on the moon in the year by the year 2024. Well, we're almost at the end of 2021. So, you got 2022, 2023, 2023. Got 3 years. They had a press announcement recently, just the other day, apparently. And it was very somber. And the director of NASA comes out and goes, well, I think we're a little too ambitious to label 2024 as our goal to put man back on the moon. I think we're going to have to push that back to 2025. What's a year, right? You say, what's a year? We haven't been to the moon, since 1973, allegedly, right? And nobody else has been since then, allegedly. So I say, well, hello, Angelo Gagliano, Angie's Angles. I got a question for my audience. What's the problem putting us back on the moon? Tomorrow. Why can't we do it tomorrow? The technology is so different. It's not that easy. The jet propulsion, you know how much you need to get it on the moon and off the moon. I go, excuse me. Didn't we all do this in 1969, allegedly? Follow the blueprints. I mean, come on, follow the game plan. You got to have the book somewhere. The greatest event in the history known to mankind, allegedly. You got to have the proof on how to do it. You got to have the directions. They don't know the directions because it never happened. That's my point. That's the humor part of this conversation. That it never happened. It never happened, and I'm surprised I'm not getting any comments on this Harold. I think Harold just fell off the chair, and the missus is picking him up. Nick, you got any young Nick? You got any comments there? You weren't around 1969, Nick. I'm sure you heard of it. Anyway, we are at the 8:56 mark with 26 minutes Angie's angles. You guys all, whether you're silent and watching me because you can't chat, whether you joined us, Nick and Harold, I really appreciate you guys being here. You added to my show. I really appreciate that greatly. Vanilla, thanks for the cameo appearance today as she's nibbling on my finger over here, this crazy mutt. All right, Harold. Okay, buddy. I wanted to know your stance on this, and I humbly accept your disagreement, and maybe we'll have a Twitter discussion about this, and I'll show you the reasons that I believe the way I believe, and maybe one day you and I will concur. Although we did concur earlier about Bryce Harper, so we're good. So I'm gonna say goodnight. I'm gonna say thank you. Join me next week. Oh, and my friend from the Carolina, Kevin, he wants me to do this thing called StreamYard. But I promise I will not go to StreamYard until I know it frontwards and backwards, sideways and upside down ways. I will make sure that it's accessible to everybody. And maybe we broaden my little broadcast and we get different views and different conversations going. So, good night. God bless. This has been Angie's Angles, Thursday, November the 11th in the year of our Lord 2021. I love you. Good night, all. All right, stop biting.